AI agent and AI coins were supposed to be the next big super cycle. Remember? I remember. Autonomous economies, decentralized intelligence, on-chain agents, all that futuristic stuff, right? And because of that, virtual has exploded, the coin. Tau went parabolic, and FET merged into a super AI narrative from FET, AGIX, and Ocean. But what about now, right? Where are they now? Most of them are just down massively from the peak. It's what I always repeat about it, right? Narrative and story is one thing, price action is another, and you must have price action confirming the narrative or else, right? So let's look at the charts and what they reveal about narrative, bubbles, story, and price action. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Let's dive into it. This is the GOAT. The GOAT virtuals. Let's look at it from a weekly perspective. So each candle is a week. As you can see, virtuals, which is the main AI agent coin, had a massive run in October 2024. One of the later narratives. This specifically is an AI agent story, AI agent narrative. Okay, and it was the leader. And look, in just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 11 or 12 months, okay, it made 11,000%. All right, it probably even more if I would go to, yeah, just 11 weeks. Sorry, in 11 weeks, it made an outrageous return. This was a beauty, right? Now, you need to understand this is where the narrative was confirmed by price action. Okay, what about now? You don't need to be such an intelligent person to see it went all the way down into kind of neglect a little bit. No one is talking about this right now. Let's see how much it went down from the peak, from peak to trough on October 10th, 93%. Okay, now will this see in the future another new all-time high? I don't know. I can tell you that 99.9% of coins never have renewed second cycle all-time high. Very few amount of coins have. I'm going to show you one in just a second, by the way, okay? 99.9% lost the narrative, lost the story, and even if AI agents is a thing and it's a huge thing, this specific coin might just go into irrelevance. Okay, now I have a moral here. I have a moral of the story here, and the moral is that you don't need to hodl coins. And I repeat this in the Crypto Distill channel over and over again. You need to be in them at the exact time and get out of them before they go bust. And I talk about my stage analysis, and I have different ways to find, okay, these the entries and the exits. Look at Bitunix. This is Tau. I actually made a video about Tau roughly somewhere here for the first time, right? I was trading Tau from the breakout. This is stage one, okay? By the way, if we're talking about stage analysis, and I talk about this many times in my channel. This is where the breakout started, made nothing like, by the way, nothing like virtuals, right? But it made it 600% in just, a couple of months, and that's it. Went into irrelevance again. But again, everyone is talking about Tau as if it's the next huge thing. Now, is it interesting? Yeah, of course it's interesting. It's a huge infrastructure for AI, okay, as a story. But again, does the narrative mean that this coin is going to be all the rage forever? Right? No, it's going to be all the rage for a moment, and you want to be in it for this specific moment. Once it's out of favor, you want to go out. What about our next coin, right? Which was for a long time, all right, a long time, the GOAT. Look at FET, super AI narrative, right? It went and combined itself with AGIX and with Ocean. And look, oh, behold, it created one big chart. By the way, this is one of the only 0.1% of charts that from one cycle to another made a new all-time high. But It's not that big. This is nothing like what Bitcoin. This is only a 30 or 40% from one all-time high to another. This is nothing. All right. This is nothing. For people that bought on the hype here, it took them years to get back to break even, just a little bit of profit. Okay. And look, again, it went into irrelevance. And I will tell you one thing. There's only one true coin, maybe two, all right, that had more than one higher high from one cycle to another, but two, that's Bitcoin, possibly Doge, all right? You can say Ethereum also, in a sense. Depends how you look at it. But I would argue that Bitcoin is the main dog with conviction. This is not conviction. You have things like XRP, like Solana, like Ethereum Classic, so many, like Litecoin. They made a kind of a non-important higher high from one cycle to another. Okay, look, I have a point here. Okay, the point here is that any coin that you choose eventually goes into irrelevance. Some of them, very few, have from one cycle to another a renewed interest, right? And you need to make sure, all right, that you take your profits, right? You need to be smart. You want to be smart about your trading. You want to be smart about your investing. You can't just expect to hodl something and to expect it's going to be the next Bitcoin. I know how you guys are thinking because I'm getting all your comments all the time from videos that I make. Okay? Look, AI agents was and AI itself was then all the rage in 2023 and then went into irrelevance, came back for a little bit by the end of 2024, went all again back into irrelevance. What does this mean? It means that narratives and stories apart from price action, and you want to make sure that you know how to combine both. If you want to know how I do it, link in the description. Join my group. I'm a top 10 trader in the US Investing Championship for 2025 under No Edge, No Trade. You can go check that out. I know how to guide us bear, bull, shorts, long, everything and anything. This was my little story about AI and AI agent, the super cycle that people are talking about. And it is the next huge big thing. We all know how LLMs and how AI is redefining the planet, but it means nothing to stocks and tokens specifically because we are in crypto unless price is confirming the narrative and the story. And it's not only in AI, it's in any narrative that you have. Next time, be smart, take profits. Until next time, no edge, no trade. Cheers.